Good morning children. Welcome back to online classes. Previous class we discussed about the solution and solubility. So what is the solution children? When the substances dissolved in liquid. When the substances dissolve in liquid. Here liquid is what? Water. Substances is what? Sugar, salt. When the substances dissolve in a liquid, and what we get, it is called a solution. For example, sugar, salt, coffee powder and lemon juice. So these are substances which completely dissolve in liquid. It is called a solution. So here children, solvent is what? Substances. What we use? Sugar, salt, coffee powder, lemon juice. That is called a solvent. And water is what here? Solute, liquid. Okay children. So what is the meaning of solubility? Tell me children. What is the meaning of solubility? Yes, when the substances completely mixed or dissolved in water or dissolved into liquid is referred to soluble. For example, sugar, salt, lemon juice and then coffee powder. So what is the insoluble substances children? Which things or which substances do not dissolve in liquid, dissolve in water is called insoluble substances. We need you some examples. Yes. Bottle, very good, wood, talcum powder, oil, then, yes, groundnuts, rose petals, leaves, etc. So, those substances do not dissolve in water, they will float, and some substances they will settle down like a stone. They won't mix in water. They settle down in the bottom of container or beaker. Yeah, the children, and also I have given the some work for you. I hope you all are done. All are done? Yes, very good. So children, today you are going to see how the solubility of substances can be increased. How it is increased? So that is the numbers of steps are there. Ways are there. How it is dissolved very fast in liquid. Yeah, the children. So first things, whenever you will add any substances in the water, whenever you will add any substances in water, so water, when you add the sugar in this beaker, this is a sugar, and when you use the spoon to stir it, when you use the spoon to stir it, to mix it, what will happen? By stirring in the solute, by stirring this liquid, it's mixed, it dissolves very fast. Yeah, the children keep on stirring with spoon, it dissolves very fast. Yes or no? If it kept like that only, you add the sugar and kept like that only. It will mix, it will dissolve. No. Keep on stirring. Keep on stirring. That substance will mix, will dissolve very fast. So what is the first point, children? What is the first way? Stirring in the solute. What is the first point here? Stirring means what? With the help of spoon, keep on mixing. Clear, children? Keep on mixing. Stirring. The first way is what? Stirring in the solute. Solute means what? Liquid or water. Clear, children? So first way is what? First method is what? Stirring in the solute. Keep on mixing that things. When your mama will add the coffee powder in milk, what she will do? She will keep on stirring that milk to mix very well that coffee powder. Yeah, children, in the milk when your mother will add the Bournvita, Horlicks, anything, what she will do? She will keep like that only glass? No. She will keep on stirring. Yeah, no? She will keep on stirring. Keep on stirring. That substance will mix very fast. It dissolves very fast, children. The next is what here? Instead of using the solid things, instead of using the solid things in liquid, you should use the powder. Either it is sugar powder, either it is coffee powder, either it is salt powder. You should use the powder. That it mix very fast. Yeah, children. So when your mama will add the coffee, did you observe? She will use the powder. She used the powder to mix in the milk, because within 2 or 3 minutes that coffee powder will mix very fast. If you use the powder, then it takes 2 or 3 minutes. But when you take the solid things, for example, see here, children, when you take the solid things like sugar only, if you take the sugar, not the powder, only the solid, then what will happen? It's take a more time. It's take a more time to dissolve. Take a more time to dissolve. So instead of using this all the solid substances, we should use the powder. So what is the second here, children? What is the second? We should use the powder. And children, using the powder from a solid solute. Using a powder. Using a powder from a solid solute. Solid solute. Okay, children. What is the third one? The same thing. Whatever you used, same things. What you have to do? That container. That container, whatever you add, either it is sugar or anything, whatever you add here, if you keep on gas, it very fast dissolve. It very fast dissolve in liquid. Okay, children, warming the solvent. Warming the solvent, it take a very less time to dissolve in liquid. Yeah, the children, if you keep on gas, salt, whatever you will add in that container. If you keep on gas, when you boil, it takes a very less time to dissolve in liquid. So what is the third point here, children? Warming the solvent. Warming the solvent. When you warm, you can see that the substance, whatever you mix, solvent, whatever substance you mixed in that liquid, it dissolves very fast. Yeah, the children. So these are the three steps. These are the three ways, three methods we can increase. If you use this all the three steps, you can dissolve the things very fast. What is that first one? Stirring in the solute. So stirring in the solute. Stirring in the solute. Keep on stirring. Okay, children? See, children. So I will add some sugar here. You can see here. I will add some sugar. Keep on stirring. It mixed very soon. Stirring in the solute. You can see it mixed. Yeah, no, children? See, just you can see. Everything is mixed. Yeah, no? Yes. Then, instead of using the solid things, use the powder. Just you can see, this is the powder. Powder substance that dissolve in water or in liquid very fast. So first is what? Stirring in the solute using the powder substances. Okay, children. And the third one is what? When you warm the solvents, it takes a very less time to dissolve in the liquid. This is the stirring method and this is the using the powder. Okay, children? Yes. So, this is the methods we have to follow. Solubility of a substances can be increased in the following ways. Stirring in the solute, using a powder instead of using the solid things, and the finally is warming the solvent. Okay, children? So, like that, there is some useful solvents are there which we can use the home also and for the commercial purpose also. So, next we will see the children how the solution, how the some substances we will use. Do you know, children, water is called a universal solvent. Water is called a universal solvent as most substances dissolve in it. Almost most substances dissolve in it. Water is colorless, tasteless liquid, but is the reason behind the presence of life on earth. If there is a water, then we can see the life on earth, because without water we can't survive. Yeah, no, children? This see water have any color? No. It is a colorless and the tasteless, but this water is very important. Water is called the elixir of life, since life cannot survive without water. So water is precious like a diamond. It's a very important on the earth to survive. Clear? The next we'll see the children. Next is saturation we learnt and we discussed about the solution and solubility. Then what is the saturated solution? Saturated solution means what here? When the substances dissolve, the solution in which more solutes cannot be dissolved. More solutes cannot be dissolved. More substances cannot be dissolved. It's a limit, it's the quantity, and that is called the saturated solution. A soluble substances can be dissolved in liquid or in a solvent only up to a certain extent. If you keep adding the sugar into container or beaker, or keep on stirring, a stage will come where the sugar do not dissolve in water. Why do not dissolve in water? Because there is a fixed quantity. There is a fixed quantity of a solute that forms a saturated solution for a fixed quantity of solvent. You know, children? So there is a fixed point is there. In that point that solvent do not dissolve. You know, children? So now we will discuss about what is the saturated solution. Saturated solution. So what is the saturated solution? Tell me, children. A soluble substances can dissolve in a solvent up to only a certain extent. Certain extents. Keep on adding. See here. Keep on adding. See, once I add 1 spoon, then 2 spoon, then I will stir. Again I will add some sugar. See, you can see. Again I add some sugar. And then keep on stirring. Keep on stirring. See what happened? A stage will come. A stage will come when the sugar will no more dissolve. See, you can see the down bottom. So everything is settled down on the bottom of the container or beaker, and that is called the saturated solution. There is a fixed quantity of a solute. There is a fixed quantity of a solute where the saturated solutions from a fixed quantity of solvent. Okay, children, so you can see here bottom. I add 2 more and keep on stirring also, it not dissolving in water. Everything is settled down. That is called a saturated solution. Okay, children?
So children, I will show the one small experiment just to see.
What are we going to do today? I want to test whether a glass of water can dissolve any amount of sugar. What's there to check? Quite a lot of sugar can be dissolved in a glass of water. I don't think so. Okay then, go ahead and test it. We shall find out the truth. This glass contains water, while this bowl has sugar. Only this much sugar. Bring some more. Let this much sugar get dissolved in the water first. Then I will bring some more. Okay, let's start. Put a spoonful of sugar into the water, miss. completely dissolved in a glass of water. Wait, we shall add more sugar now. Means keep adding more sugar in the glass. Oh no, the sugar is not dissolving in the water anymore. See, a spoon full of sugar completely dissolved in a glass of water. Wait, we shall add more sugar now. Means keep adding more sugar in the glass. Oh no, the sugar is not dissolving in the water anymore. Exactly. This is what I was telling you. So it means that if we take fixed quantity of water, only a fixed quantity of sugar can be dissolved in it. Not just sugar. Any dissolving substance will have a fixed quantity that will dissolve in a given fixed quantity of water. That means things like salt, baking soda, etc. will also have a fixed quantity that dissolve in water. Yes, if you want, shall we try this test with some other dissolvable substance? Hey, if we do all the work, what will our friends do then? Friends, try this test with the other dissolvable substance and do tell us your experiences in the comment section below. Other than a solution? It will be a solution when any substance dissolves in it. But when that substance cannot dissolve further, then it is known as saturated solution. Saturated solution? This means that when no more sugar can be dissolved in a glass of water, the solution is now known as saturated solution. Correct. Hey, you were right this time.
Okay children, just now I have shown the one experiment. This you have to do it in your home. Then only you will get it what is a saturated solution. Okay children, the next we'll see the some useful solvents that we will use in the home also and we will use in the commercial purpose also. The next topic is what children? Some useful solvents. Some useful solvents. So what is that useful solvents children? Tell me. Commonly we know it that water is the most important liquid that we widely use in our daily life. Yeah, children. But there are some other substances are there. Some other solvents are there. We will use at home and commercial purpose also, like petrol, diesel, then turpentine. So these are the solvents we will use. Now we will see how these substances we will use. Take first kerosene. Kerosene, you know it. Chimney. Chimney and you say no? Yes. First is what children here? Kerosene. Will you tell me where you will use the kerosene? Tell me children, where you will use the kerosene? Yeah. Chimney and you will use in the stove. Yeah, no? To boil the water or to prepare the food, you will use the kerosene. Sometimes you will use the in chimney. You will fill that kerosene in one bottle and then you will light it. It's like a lamp only. Yes or no? Many lamp. In that many lamp, you will use the kerosene. You will fill that tank with the kerosene only. You know children? So kerosene is commercially used as a cleaning. It is used as the cleaning solvent for machine. Kerosene is used in the commercially To clean the what? To cleaning solvent for machine. Why they will use the kerosene for machine? To remove the grease. To remove the grease from the machine. They will use the kerosene to remove the grease. To remove grease, they will use the kerosene. To remove the grease from where? From machine. From machine, they will use the kerosene. And in the home, we will use in the stove and the lamp. Okay, children? So, next is that petrol. Petrol, where you will use, children? Tell me. Especially the petrol you will use in the vehicles. To move the vehicles, we will use the petrol. Especially petrol is used at a time to remove the grease stain on clothes. Petrol. Petrol we will use in the vehicles, and also it is used to remove the grease from your clothes. Okay, children? So petrol is used at a times to remove the grease from your clothes. When the petrol is applied to a grease stained cloth, wherever the grease is touched on your cloth, when you apply this petrol, what the petrol will do? Tell me, children. The grease on the cloth dissolve in it, and the cloths become clean. It's become the stain free. Children, say, think it's a cloth, and here touch the grease. Then what we have? If you apply on this grease stain, wherever it is a grease. So when you apply the petrol, then what will happen? That grease on the cloth, it dissolves. It dissolves. The grease on the cloth, it's dissolved, and the cloth became the stain free. It's become the grease free. The dirt we can't find out. Okay, children, see the petrol we will use to remove the grease from the cloth, and also we will use in the vehicle. The next is what, children? Then the next is the turpentine. Now you are thinking, what is the meaning of turpentine? Next is what here? Turpentine. Turpentine means what? When in your home people are coloring in the paint, they will use the turpentine because paint is very thick. It is very thick only. Gada you said it is a very thick. So to become a very thin, to become that paint very thin, we will add the turpentine. When you add the turpentine, it's become very free. It's become very thin only. Then easily we can paint the wall. Children? And then after painting, that brush we use, what will happen for that brush? It's become very hard. It is sticky, becomes all the hairs, it is joined. So to free that brush head, we will use the turpentine oil. Okay, children? So especially to keep paint brushes clean, we will use the turpentine. Clear, children? So turpentine oil is used in the oil painting. We will use in the turpentine in the oil painting as a thinner especially to keep our pet brushes clean, because oil paint is very thick. If it is anywhere it is touched, it is won't go. So like that for the brush also, when we will use the oil paint and we are brushing, we are applying on the wall, then it's won't go. So we will use the turpentine, which make the brush very clean. Okay children, so these are the some useful solvents we will use it. Kerosene, petroleum, petrol and turpentine. Kerosene we will use in the machines to remove the grease, and we also use in the stove and lamp. Petrol we will use in the vehicle, and then it is also used to remove the grease from the clothes. Turpentine we will use to keep paint brushes clean. So these all are the liquid. Whatever we discussed, turpentine, kerosene, petrol, it is all liquids only. Okay children. So today we finished the, what is that, saturated solution, and then what are the ways to be used to dissolve the substances. And the next last we discussed about some useful solvent. So based on that, whatever I finished will recall one more time. So I will give you some activity here children. You have to tell me the answers. Okay children? So okay children, so based on that I had given some questions here. So what is your work here children? You have to tick the correct answer. So we'll do this. Sand is soluble or insoluble in water. Tell me children, sand, reti. Reti is mixed in water? No. It is insoluble in water. Oil is soluble or insoluble in water children? Yes. This also insoluble because oil insoluble. Salt and sugar is soluble or insoluble, children? This both dissolved in water. That means it is a soluble things. Now children, here what you have to do? This you have to copy down in your notebook. Okay children, so this is the homework. You have to copy down in your notebook. ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನು ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಬರ್ಸಿದೆ ಇದು ಹೋಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ನೀವು ನೋಟ್ಬುಕ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay children, so I have finished the second lesson also, solution and solubility. The next video we will see the next lesson. Thank you children.